All right, this is the meeting of September 22nd, Lunenburg Water District. This meeting is being recorded for rebroadcast on Lunenburg Public Access. We're going to review and sign the warrants. And is the minutes in here?
Yep.
Okay. Right there. Sean, if you want to review those minutes too real quick. That letter while we're talking, was that on the agenda? Is that just the approval for our sign print?
Yes.
It's not on the agenda.
Yeah, it's a letter from Adam, the planning board.
So thank you to the planning board for letting us put our new granite sign up, which will be up when we stop fixing water main breaks.
Yeah, we've been busy.
So we have, accept a motion to approve the minutes of September 28th.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now we're looking at introductions for potential candidates for open commissioner seat. And we've had, did you have anybody else contact you other than that? Okay, we have Mr. Woodward here today with us. I don't know if he wanted to
Do you want to come
say
to my seat?
a few words, yeah, or,
Have my hot seat.
We're in the best view.
and I guess,
See you, friend. No.
so, I guess if you wanted to either tell us a little bit about yourself or why you want to run for the Board of Commissioners, and that way if people watch this later on, they get a good idea on.
Sure. So my name is Matt Woodward. Everyone refers to me as Woody. I live over on Arbor Street. I'm a kind of a local contractor. Very familiar with the excavation, water department, how a lot of it works, and not the ins and outs of the business end of it, but you know, I'm very familiar with it. I knew the seat was coming up with the Howard Street. I don't want to say interest I had in it. Thought I might throw my name in the hat.
Oh, that's
You know,
it's good. So, you're gonna, in order to get your name on the ballot, you're gonna pull a nomination paper. Our meeting is on November 17th, if I'm correct. Special meeting. To be on the ballot, you have to have that in by Monday, the 27th, before 3 o'clock at the town clerk's office. Still doesn't mean that, you know, a group of people can come in and write anybody else in if they want.
absolutely.
I thought that Mr. Woodward contributed in a meaningful manner in the past discussions that we've had about the most recent project up on Howard Street. I thought he had a good common sense approach, and I think he'd be a good addition. If anybody else is interested, they can also come up and see us. John,
Soon.
John, do you have anything?
No, I think he would work out fine from what I've seen in the past.
Okay. So, here is a set of nomination papers. Again, they need to just be at the town hall before 3 o'clock on Monday. If you have any more questions, we can forward you over to our clerk treasurer, and she can let you know at the end of the meeting.
All right, perfect.
All you need is a signature in the street.
You got it. Easy enough.
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
If you want, I'll sit in the middle. You want to stand?
You don't embarrass the guy.
You can see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay.
Maybe he'll get the so moved
There's the minutes of the
part.
last meeting.
Yeah, so every meeting,
Yep, absolutely.
there's, the minutes are transposed. We review them, and if we have to make any changes and so forth.
And here's all the bills, the warrant. We cannot pay a bill unless the commissioners sign up on it.
Right, so everything comes through,
Yep.
we get to look at everything and then review it.
So
We have any
new people
questions?
tend to go through that and they ask a lot of questions, like what is this? So we go through it. A lot of things are very repetitive, so
Sure.
you know, when you see a $10,000 Unitil bill,
No,
then, you're gonna know.
Very
Yeah.
familiar with how this process works.
Yep,
Plus, you're going to be a movie star.
Absolutely.
there you go. Okay, next we have, review tank cleaning and inspections.
Okay, so we had the tanks cleaned on Monday. Originally, we were planning on doing the tank cleaning ourselves, draining the tank, and just going in there with pumps and squeegees and just cleaning the sediment off the bottom. We did different quotes. So I talked to one of the guys, one of the people who does the tank inspections and cleanings, and I got them to kind of beat down their price and stuff, and so I ended up doing both the cleaning and the tank inspections for under $3,800. So,
Nice. Now,
and the good thing is we didn't have to drain the tank. They did it full. They went in and the dive equipment. They chlorinate themselves, and they go in and do they had a little vacuum, and they just sucked off the sediment in the bottom. And apparently there was not very much there. So,
Nice. And they
future
did-
reference that we probably don't need to clean it as soon as we did. And it's
Well-
been 10 years. So
Good to look at it, because you never know.
Oh, but we still need to do an inspection. The cleaning process was expensive.
Okay, so what's the inspection versus the cleaning process?
The inspection, they go, the most critical part of a water tank is the internal coating.
Yeah.
It's a epoxy coating, so many mils thick. The worst thing you want is the rust to break through. If you have rust, then usually to fix the rust, they have to do spot welding. They tack it with weld, sandblast, and cover it again. So that's usually what they go in. They go in the tank and inspect. I don't know how, but they check how many mils of coating is left. So they kind of give you a time frame of how long you have until your next paint job's needed. So I haven't got the report for Chase Road yet, but that one, typically, your paint job is 20 years. So we painted that in 96, so we're way past our 20 year. So every 2 years we inspect it, and they usually say 2 more years. You're doing good, 2 more years. So
What did they tell us on that now?
the last one was 2023. So,
We-
but this report that
Yeah,
hasn't, I haven't received what they.
I wasn't sure if we were gonna have it or not, so that's why I put
okay.
it on here in case we did have it and could review it, but
The worst part of the Chase Road tank is the painting system on top of the tank. It's the top of the tank is pretty rusty. So, but that's not the critical part in the drinking water, but still not the right thing to have.
So the painting that we are talking about recently, is that exterior or interior?
That'll be both.
Okay.
I actually did question, can we do a two-part process where right now we need the outside painted? Can we paint the outside, and then in the future they come back and do the inside? And they said the mobilization, that really is not a good idea to do it because it's going to cost more. So they said, if you're going to do it, just do the whole thing. The downside of painting a Chase Road tank, it was put in 1980, so it's lead paint. So because of that, they have to totally
Cover
encapsulate
the
the whole
whole
tank,
tank.
sandblast it.
Are they sure it's lead paint? Because they stopped that in '77.
From when they do the little testing,
Okay.
they said it was lead paint. That would be just the exterior. The
77,
interior.
78 was supposed to be the cutoff of
Okay.
lead paint. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but that just.
Yeah, so we can question them. Yeah, because I'm sure.
That's a
Because I'm sure it's more expensive to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
lead paint.
Yes, and that's
Oh, yeah.
Now, was
Yes.
that interior and exterior that was done in that time frame?
no 96 was the interior.
Okay. But we'll have to check and see.
Yeah, the interior is fine. And that's
Yeah.
all enclosed anyway.
Yeah.
That when they did it, because I was here when they did the first one, they do it's like a 15-foot strip where they sandblast it and they call it down the white metal. They sandblast it and then they prime it, and then
Yeah.
they move over the next day and they do it next row. So
Good. And that was just the Chase Road tank. We are still good on the Sunny Hill tank for a while.
the Sunny Hill tank, I don't know if you could say we got lucky or not. When we put the tank up, it had I think it was an 18-month inspection after, and the paint system already failed.
And
so-
we repainted it.
So the painting, the tank crew, the installation, the people put up the Chicago Bridge 9, I think it was, they had to come back and re-sandblast the whole tank, and they did a really good job. So the interior coating of the Sunny Hill tank is doing good.
Good.
I'm not sure what this inspection says, but
And we have the money for the paint job through the cellular account.
correct. So you understand, when we painted the tank in '96, we didn't have any money to paint the tank. So we raised the fees. We did a surcharge fee tax or something on everybody's water bill. So
Yeah.
everybody paid more to pay for the tank. Once the tank was paid for to be painted, then that came back off. So at that time is when we looked into adding cellular equipment on the tank.
Okay.
So we took the cellular fees and just stuck it in the bank for
Gotcha.
tank maintenance.
Gotcha.
So that money was so high, it was more than tank maintenance. So we did a meter replacement program from that. We changed every meter in the whole town from that
Okay.
cellular equipment. So now we just keep still building it up, and we put in, it's 150,000 a year, 175.
Yeah, about that, because it's
Yeah. It's not a cheap, when they go to paint the tank,
7,
it's
8,
not a
9,
cheap
12
job.
grand.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
12, 15 grand a
so-
month,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're looking at probably 1.2 million to paint it.
Oh, I'm not a bit surprised by that.
Yeah. Great. Got anything else on tanks?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Any commissioner superintendent additions?
All I can say is we had a lot of, we've had a couple main breaks, some by poor contractors, but I don't know who that
Okay.
guy was, but
Yeah.
so we had a couple main breaks. I don't know why Lancaster Ave. We've had a couple, and typically we've never had any on Lancaster. Like the last couple of years, we've had a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've been doing some repairs?
We
You want just
yep
initial
we
that?
did some service repairs, and we had a leak on Mass Ave. We just fixed that today. So
Yep.
so we're kind of getting everything wrapped up. The only thing left to do is finish paving the breaks on Lancaster Ave. Yesterday we paved the road part, and it was a big patch. It was a 18-ton hot top we had to do. So
Wow.
we did a binder for the base coat, and then we did the travel lane. We did a couple lifts on that, and then all we got to do is the side of the road where the water drains off the side. So that's all we have left to do on that. And then we have the driveway for the last main break we had last week. Just pave that. So that's it. Then we actually got to pave down here in Tuea. We just dug
Tuea.
up today.
Are they gonna get that main across the bridge down here before winter, or maybe not?
From the initial plans, it was yes. I mean, I haven't talked to them in a few weeks, but
I hope so, we get a lot of problems.
I think that
Get that
job was supposed to be, I don't know how they're doing on time, but from what I understand, well, it's supposed to be done this month.
I think
I
they
thought
got
it was
ahead of time.
September.
Usually takes them guys a couple of years to put a
I mean,
bridge
they've
in.
already moved.
No, it was only a
on the
1
other
year,
side.
from what I understood, it was a 1 year project from start to finish.
Yeah,
But I thought I heard September and we got a week left.
yeah,
So it's possible. They seem to be moving right along though. They did a nice
Yeah.
job. The side that's open looks good.
yeah.
I know it took them extra time to get started because the equipment operator didn't have one.
Yeah.
So original plan was they were gonna do the water first, but he says, I don't have an equipment operator, I'm just gonna wreck stuff if I do it with the guys I have, so
Yep.
he wanted to hold off, so.
Well, they did good. Great. Got anything else, John?
No, nothing for me.
New guy started
Oh yeah, the new guy
Yep.
started, he's doing good.
I mean,
Yeah, no, jump in, feel free to jump in.
Monday. He
we
started
don't wanna
Monday,
forget about
jumped
him.
right into a busy week.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
And
COVID, yeah,
Ethan.
so Ethan was exposed to COVID,
Yep.
so me.
So he's
myself-
out, whatever, it's what.
Well, he's
10 days?
tested, so
Yeah.
we're gonna see if he's
He'll know by
negative.
tomorrow.
But
But so I told him, I said, well, you've had the vaccine, so pretty unlikely.
No,
you got
there's-
it.
there's still-
But he
so-
says everybody who was with had the vaccine. They all had COVID. So they all had COVID.
You're
so.
seeing it a lot more. You're still seeing a lot more people that are getting COVID with having a vaccine, but they're not getting it as bad.
Oh, he was sick. He sounds
yeah.
like he's sicker than the people I know that had COVID without
Yeah.
the vaccine. So it's different with everybody. So I'm
I
not
think
saying.
there's a certain time frame where he needs to stay out. I don't know what it is.
So, but if he went for the test yesterday, so if he gets the negative test, I think he can come back. If he's positive, then I think he has to wait, I think it was 10 days from when he was exposed,
Yep.
and then he does another test, and if it's negative, then he can come back to work.
I was curious about that, if we as the district should come up with I don't know, a policy. Do we need to have something set in place that says like, when you find out you're exposed, you need to get tested? Because
That's kind of been a common sense rule I've been, or approach that I've been using in my business is if somebody feels they're exposed, they don't come to work until they get tested. And then I believe even after they get tested, even if they have a negative test, they may have to wait a period of time before they come back.
But should we
So-
have anything like this, and then also on top of this, like pay? Like, is it always just assumed? Like, are we covering 100%? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
where I've got. This is kind of the first out of all of us that have had to quarantine for a couple days. So.
Why don't you come back to us at the next meeting with some sort
Some
of a,
type of
yeah,
policy. Okay.
just something that kind of covers us, and I would look at, there are certain state
That's I was gonna look it up and
rules and
see if
so
there
forth
were.
right now, so if we just, kind of use that as a guideline and see,
Okay.
go from there.
Okay.
Because I think they have like specific amount of days that I don't know whether employers pay or the state pays or how it works, but
Okay.
yeah, I feel bad, I mean, it's nothing anybody's trying to do.
No,
to get out
yeah,
of
I
it.
know, but I just figured we should have something
Yep.
set so that there's no.
Well, I mean, if he's positive, then
It is
definitely
what-
he's got to wait till it's a negative.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
So
I
I
have
think
no
it's 10
fuss.
days.
that's what I thought too. But
yeah, so I mean, it's already been 5. So
I mean,
Yeah.
do we pay? Because like I know if we wanted someone to go down to like to get a rapid test, you have to pay for those. So is that our
I
out of
would-
pocket expense? You know what I mean? If you go to CVS, you make the appointment. Sometimes it takes a day. Those are covered by
I
insurance.
would-
But if you want a rapid test, I believe you have to pay for
I
some
would
of those.
look into it and come back to us at the next meeting.
I think
And
doing
what
a
I would do is possibly
free?
just contact the town hall and see how the town
How
does.
they do it? Okay.
See if they have any kind of a procedure that they follow, that now we can at least have just something temporary.
Okay.
And then, we'll see how it goes. You okay with that, John?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea, just to
Yeah.
kinda,
Yeah, we should probably figure out something.
just to
Yeah.
see. I don't wanna, I feel bad if guys are out of work and it's really nothing that they can control, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
so,
Okay.
we might, I'd like to see what the town's doing before we make a judgment on that.
Sure.
Okay, you got anything else?
Nope.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
No public comment.
Oh, is there any public? I'm sorry, there's no public. But we'll say hi to the public anyway. Motion to adjourn, we're done, thank you.